got a pretty clean lens, I think. Anyway, I'm doing the stream to see if just check in with any updates that people might have been seeing and watching. Doing it for myself also to see just see how it's going on down here. Live here at the main gate. That could be most likely from the lens. Okay, yeah, they got the mosquito truck going around right now. Not sure which lens is a little bit blurry or dirty or whatever. Hey, Tony, good, nice to see you. Little nighttime shot going on here. Hey, Javier, thanks. Yep, good to see you. Capo City. Thanks. I started working a temp job about almost 2 weeks ago, and I'm making some good money at it. So it's helped me pay off my debt from buying that property. So it's good to have money coming in. So. But every morning and evening, I wake up and I see the launch site here from the property and the build site, both of them. So yeah, that's some high beam lights, right? That is the light. It is, you know, we are capturing like an angel or something here. This is like Jesus coming down from heaven, from the left side of the screen. Let's see. Don't go to the light, everybody. It's a trick. You know, a lot of people say to go to the light, but some other people say you shouldn't go to the light. So I don't know what to tell you if you see a light like that coming in. But all right, I'm going to go toward the light here. It is Tony. Yeah. Anyway. All right, so in this direction, the things look pretty nice. You know, there's not a lot of trucks everywhere. It's just there are a lot of trucks here on the side of the road. In both directions, there's a lot of people, you know, a lot of workers here on site. But as far as chaos on the launch site here, no, it's pretty organized and clean. I don't know what this circle of lights is about, these lights over here. I don't know what that's about. That looks kind of new, where they're kind of highlighting the booster there. Or maybe that's just they have a couple they have a couple of storage containers back that way. Maybe that's just from the storage containers. But there are some other lights on the left side there too. That may be I'm gonna clean the lenses once more. Just let me give this another shot. All right, that's better. Good. All right, second time's a charm. Yeah, so there's lights on the left side there too. So anyway, that was a special effect, which maybe the next time I'll be able to showcase that effect again. Anyway, yeah, so this is the Booster 8. It still appears to be here. Archangel on his or her, yeah, an Archangel, that's right. You know, you know, I traced it back to the light bulb, but that's not necessarily the source of that ray of light, you know, that we saw. Anybody getting a picture? Oh, did I touch the top of the screen? If we have a black screen, let me know. I'll do another live stream. I touched it toward the top of the screen. I may have messed it up, but let me know if we're good, still good on the video. Oh, you got it now. That's good. All right, good. Nice. I get a shot going up the booster, and then I'll probably move the camera so we can get a shot of the launch platform. I've got a couple thoughts in my mind about things we can talk about too. You know, I don't know if any of you are on Twitter, but Elon put out a couple tweets about saying if it were possible to have peace between the Ukraine and Russia, and he put out a poll to see what people thought about some of the thoughts he had, ways to bring about peace. Benjamin Fulford at benjaminfulford.net. We got a little archangel on the left there coming through. The I'm not gonna interfere with the angel there on the left, but yeah, benjaminfulford.net had every Monday comes out with a synopsis of his view of world politics and the goings on behind the scenes between the different powerful families and corporations. Might be interesting to check that out. See, some people think I'll move the camera and then I'll continue with this. Welcome to chime in with some of your thoughts and whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna move it about. Let me see. I'll go kind of to the other side of the gate on this side of the thing, so we get the shot of the launch site platform or launch platform. Here we go. Be about 60 seconds. Alright, I'm not sure how much we're going to be able to see. Maybe I'll keep going. Yeah, this will be a better shot. Alright, just a minute. Okay, just a minute. I think this is going to work. Let me try it out. Let's see. I might have to keep my hand here on the left. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. Yeah, I'm not sure how long this is going to work. There we go. I need like a thin piece of cardboard, like a 8.5 by 11 piece of cardboard that you get with one of the just from anywhere. Something like that would be helpful. I got to start carrying one of those. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. See, again, Sir Chris, I heard from someone that the Booster 8 was just here temporarily because they needed space over at the build site in the Mega Bay. So they're planning to, what I heard is they're going to scrap Booster 8 and they're going to bring Booster 7 or some other booster back this way. And once they bring that back, they'll have room to maybe take apart Booster 8 and scrap it. Some kind of problem with the Booster 8, what I'd heard. Maybe when they bring back whatever booster that's going to be, Booster 7, maybe they'll stack it, and then I don't know if they'll have to test it again. But I don't understand why they brought the Starship over there toward the over launch platform. Has anyone seen any testing going on with the Chopsticks and the Starship? Have they done anything in the last several days? Yeah, Tony, I've heard something about the green lights and the Chopsticks, but maybe someone here can answer that question. If what does that mean when we see those green lights? Tony's asking. I'm asking too. Sir Chris says they've been doing a lot of work on the pad, so the orbital launch platform, but not on the Chopsticks. Yeah, is Jake, Starship 24 is right there at the base next to the Chopsticks. Kind of a little bit hard to see, but it is there. Okay, yeah, so I guess they're working on the Chopsticks, huh? That's cool. I can get one other shot, which I haven't done in quite a while. I can live stream from over, I guess we're, maybe, there is another, I believe there's probably a truck cam over on the other side next to the, looking kind of directly into the Chopsticks over there by the tank farm. I think I might go over, walk over there and get that shot just so I can personally see it too. And we'll be able to see some of the activity on the orbital launch platform from over there. Yep. All right, so looks like the quick disconnect is out. There may be some people up there working on the QD. That looks like something out of a movie or something. Some people think, I've heard today was the first time I really heard it mentioned that maybe we're in a Cold War. Okay, Tony says in neutral the lights are white when not in use and red when in use. In neutral the lights are white when not in use and red when in use. Okay, huh. So neutral, white is not in use and red is in use. Okay, in the neutral. But so green is maybe ready to be used for something, huh? don't know. I also of note is the moon is it's a little bit to the right there. There we go. We have it looks like a little bit over halfway toward the full moon. So just something, if you're in the markets, I'm not sure I want to say it, but okay, I'm going to give you something maybe golden here, at least for the past several full moons and new moons. If you're in the crypto market, if you look at the phases of the moon, and you look at the peak, the full moon, 4% after the full moon is the top of the crypto market. And after that date, after that 4% toward the away from the full moon, 4% between the full moon and the new moon, 4% of the way there is that's the peak. And same thing on the other side. 4% after the new moon is the peak low. It's the lowest of the low. And then after that, so if you do any trading, that's the ticket. It's like the yin yang symbol. You got the big wave just a little bit past the top is the around 4%. So and that's the maximum. Check it out, you might be surprised. Anyway, yeah, so pretty nice moon. Maybe I can get a better shot and we'll see see some detail more than just blurriness. As I might need a couple filters here for my iPhone. They should, I wonder if there are any filters you can get for your iPhone to see the moon. Yeah, I guess we can kind of see it. Hey, Elena. Good morning. Yeah, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. We got the booster on the right and the tower on the left. I heard there was some type of did they finish the second yeah, that's kind of cool shot there, huh? With the moon. We got the booster, the tower, and the moon all in one shot. Did they finish that second tower over, I mean the third tower over there at the Kennedy Space Center? I know they were finishing up the second one, but did they? So this is the first one here. The second one is over at Kennedy Space Center. Did they finish up that third tower, or they're just starting it, or what's the situation on that? Still working on it? Okay. Sir Chris says, I don't know what this crane is doing over here either. Maybe it's just keeping out of the way over here in this pocket of the launch site. I wonder if Marvin is, this crane is doing anything over on this side. We're just chilling out over here. All right. We got another decent shot of the top of the booster here. Booster 8. Still doesn't have any grid fins, so yeah, I don't see any activity on that. Just but Elon is doing a lot on the world stage. You know, apparently Zelensky didn't like what Elon was saying on his Twitter poll. So even though Elon had sent, I think, Starlink to Ukraine, I don't know how it's said, but Zelensky, the president over there, is apparently not liking what Elon is saying on Twitter, which is kind of a change of course. You know, apparently. I think he got praised by Zelensky for the Starlink, and now he's getting told to be quiet a little bit. Pretty interesting. Let's see. Sir Chris says one tower is up over at Kennedy Space Center. They're putting together the other one. Good stuff. You know, there was some word about the maybe not giving SpaceX permission to launch the Starship out of Kennedy Space Center. They have to do some more studies to see if it would be successful in the launch, because they're afraid that one of the more advanced Starship rockets would outshine the Kennedy Space Center, maybe even harm the tower they have over there at the Kennedy Space Center. Yep. Hey Javier, occasionally I do, occasionally. Just small amount. Yeah, check it out, you know. Alright, I'm gonna get a shot down this way, and then I will probably walk most of the way down there toward those tankers down that way, and get the shot just to the right of those big orbital tank farm there. Yeah, so Sir Chris says there's no backup at this time. And I think it was Michael Paul over at the Boca Chica SpaceX group somebody posted, it could have been Michael Paul, posted a picture of the launch sites down there at the Kennedy Space Center. And there's many launch pads down there. They have like A, B, C. It's not just a one launch site that they have down there, but I guess they have the special one where they want to launch their rocket into space, which they haven't successfully done yet. But they want to protect the Falcon 9 capability of launching out of Andre, thank you. Nice. Thanks for the support there, Andre. They want to protect the Falcon 9 capability for SpaceX to continue launching out of Kennedy Space Center, but they don't want the Starship to interfere with the space station launches of SpaceX's rockets out of the Florida. Yeah, it's a pretty interesting conundrum. So there's a lot of vehicles here on the left as well, and these are all just workers here. So even though it doesn't look like a lot's going on, if we look again at the orbital launch platform, I'll try and get a better shot of it from here, but I will move soon to the just down the way there, and we'll get a much better shot of the orbital launch platform. There's several lifts there, and the last time I was here several days ago, maybe 3 days ago, there were lifts there as well, so aerial lifts. So they're still at it, and maybe many of these trucks that we're seeing on the left and right are people who are working over there on the platform right now. There's even there's an aerial lift there too. Let me zoom out a little bit. There is a lift on the Starship as well. I'll get another shot once I walk to the left there, but you can just kind of make it out there in the left there. This is a kind of cinematography at this time of night with the wind and everything else. I didn't bring the right mics either. Lots of upgrades, Sister Chris, going on the platform. Okay, that's cool. All right. I'll walk down that way toward the orbital tank farm. It'll be about maybe 2-3 minute walk. We'll see. But we'll get that shot from the other, and we won't have this light in our eyes when I get down there. So, all right, here we go. Halfway there. Try and get a little bit of a different shot than that Padre. I just passed their truck, so just getting a little different shot here. All right. Yeah, it's a much better shot. The wind's a little stronger, but better shot. That's, yep. Hey Johnny, 3 on 3. Yeah, there's a lot of people up there. You can kind of see the light on the bottom there too. That's kind of cool. Yeah. Looks like they're venting a liquid oxygen we'll come back to that shot in a minute. Get a little situational awareness here. This tank on the left, this one here all the way on the left was venting, so some liquid oxygen boiled off on the top there. Can't make out what kind of truck that is, but just the one right now. There's a and then that helium container on the left there. Could be a nitrogen. Sometimes they do this horizontal one in nitrogen too, but mostly it's helium. All right, back to the politics. There's some people who are wondering. We're going to have the midterm elections in about 4 weeks here in the United States. In about 4 weeks, and there's some talk about, well, what if the elections are postponed? You know, what would that do? Or what if Trump were put in arrested? Or so there's a lot of kind of stuff happening here in the United States as far as people running for office, for Congress and for the House of Representatives. There's a bunch of campaigning going on here in the United States right now, and it's gonna be an interesting next 4 to 6 weeks here in the United States. And then today, I think the Federal Reserve, which is neither federal nor reserve, met today in a closed meeting to discuss probably the bond rates, which have been spiking. Last week, the Bank of the UK central bank announced that they would be starting again the quantitative easing. This is info I got from Gregory Mannarino, one of my probably my go-to source for what I've learned about the bond market and the stock market and stuff like that. But as people sell off their bonds, their government bonds, instead of the price of bonds decreasing, it increases. So in the last many months, we've been seeing the bond rate spike here in the United States. You can go to the 10-year Treasury rate and check out the percentage of the for the Treasury yield on the 10-year Treasury notes, and that has an effect for other countries when they get when their debts to the international debts are based in U.S. dollars, as their own currencies decrease, like the UK against the dollar. The dollar's been getting stronger. So it makes it hard for these countries whose debts to the central banks are made in dollars to pay off their debts, and not only for the different governments around the world to pay off their debts, but for the people of those countries to pay off the debt. Like even here in the United States, when people sell off the government bonds, the interest rate on those 10-year rates spikes. For the mortgage rates goes up. This is just what I've pieced together, what I think I've learned from the bonds, having watched Gregory Mannarino and some other people. So what the central bank, what the Federal Reserve here in the United States and some of the other central banks have been meeting to discuss what they might do to regain control of the bond rates, which have been spiking as people sell off their bonds. So they have been buying into the bond market to buy up their own debt, and that hasn't really been that effective. So they're having some issues, and today the Federal Reserve which again is neither federal nor reserve. Doesn't have any reserves, and it's not federal. So it's like Gregory Mannarino says, it's like as federal as Federal Express. Federal Express isn't federal, and nor is the Federal Reserve. But anyway, it doesn't really matter at this point. They had a closed-door meeting to discuss some of the bond rate and that kind of stuff going on there. See what their next moves might be. But yeah, as the dollar strengthens, and as the bond rate goes up for the 10-year and on the others, the stock market's going to crash more and more. So as the dollar weakens, the stock market will go up, because then the equities and the stock market are priced in dollars. So as the dollar weakens, the stock market will have to go up, because the value of the equities hasn't changed, but the value of the dollar has changed. So as the dollar strength increases, the stock market has to go down, because everything, again, the value of the equities doesn't change, but the value of the dollar changes. So if the dollar becomes more and more valuable, and if the bond rate also increases, then stocks are going to have to tank. The stock market's going to crash if that continues. So if the bond market keeps spiking up out of control past the 4.0 and up to 5, 6, maybe 10, 15, it'll become really hard for people to pay off their mortgages. And also the stock market, since everything's valued in the dollar, is going to have to crash, because the value of the equities isn't going to change, but the value of the dollar and also the price of the debt is going to change. So the stock market is going to have to crash. So that's the big concern. As the bond rate spikes, the stocks are going to have to go down. And if the bond rate goes up uncontrollably, and if the dollar keeps getting stronger, the stock market's going to get wiped out. So that's some of the concerns going on in the market. And all the other governments around the world, a lot of their debt is priced in dollars. So as the dollar gets stronger, it's going to have an effect all around the world in all the different markets. So in crypto and in central bank digital currencies, which they've been working on for at least 5, 6, or much longer, since the 2008 stock market crash. Apparently, even before that, they were working on some type of digital solution for this type of thing. So the instant settlement is something a lot of credit card companies like Visa, MasterCard, and American Express and the others have been adopting this instant payment, where you can do Zelle transfers between your banks for no transfer fee, or for zero fee. You can pay someone with Zelle, and that I think that works in sync with the Stellar blockchain. There are some other blockchains that do other stuff, like XRP and many others, even BSV or Bitcoin, BTC. So there's thousands of over 20,000 different types of digital tokens, and there's a big battle going on here in the United States as far as who's going to get to regulate this new 12th sector of the financial world. There's 11 sectors currently, but you got stocks, bonds, real estate, but in the stock market you got many different sectors, and so the crypto would be like a 12th sector. And who's going to get to regulate it? Is it going to be the SEC? Is it going to be the CFTC? Which government entity here in the United States is going to get to control it? So there's a lot of different factors happening here in the United States as far as who is in control of the Congress and that kind of stuff. And it's an exciting time, and we're definitely going to see some change happen. Which direction it's going to go is anyone's guess. If you become aware of multiple dimensions, you can consider the possibility that you know, for whatever outcome you want to pursue. You know, maybe there's multiple trajectories. Maybe there's many different parallel worlds that you could go into to enjoy whatever outcome, whatever possibility, whatever trajectory of life that whatever outcome you want to explore. So maybe there's not just going to be one direction that everything goes. Maybe there's an infinite number of directions, and you get to pick which one you want to really exit into, and whatever group of people choose to really focus in that way will all go off into that dimension and really explore that set of circumstances. So maybe it's not just one result or one solution. Maybe there's multiple outcomes, and you get to go into whichever one you want to see manifested. But recently, one of the things I've been doing is listening to some of the Hindu chanting, and I kind of created I wrote some things down for my. I called it a covenant, but you can call it whatever you want. I wrote my covenant with the universe, and maybe you have something like that for yourself, or whatever beliefs you have with all that is, with all of creation, based on your current personality and lifestyle. What's your what would be your relationship with the universe, and how would you write that? If you're into writing stuff down, I am into writing stuff down. So if you're into writing stuff down, what would you write down on a piece of paper as the top 15 or top 20 what do you call operating rules that you would create for yourself with the universe? What kind of relationship do you have with all that is, and maybe write it down for yourself. Yep. I'm not a religious person, but I am a spiritual person, and I believe I have certain beliefs. So for me, the last 2 days I wrote down my own covenant with the universe. So Chris says, peace is the first one. Yeah, I mean, that's cool. Good for you. Good. Everybody's got to have their own, because everybody's got a different set of experiences and a different belief system, even a different language. And we all got different experiences, so it's going to be different for most everybody. So. get windy out here tonight. Hey Gary, Pete's, welcome to Falcon Heavy, OCSC, Ocean Camera Space Corp, as a member. Nice. Thanks for joining. There's been some new, there was in the journal Nature, I think even on the Times Magazine, there was an article, there was a paper put out about a lake. They've pretty much confirmed there's a lake underneath the ice on the South Pole of Mars. So I don't know if you've seen that, but on Times Magazine there was a summary of the paper that was published in the journal Nature. About the way they've detected the lake, maybe a freshwater lake on Mars on that South Pole. I posted it here in the community spot as well. Pretty exciting. There's a mission page on the Ocean Camera Space Corp website at oceancam.space. I don't know the exact URL, but at the www.oceancam.space, there's on the top right, there's a drop-down menu. And if you go to the missions, MISSIONS missions page, top 4 missions, on that there's a bunch of links to different journal articles and things like that, specifically about water on the different moons and even on Mars, from all over the science journals, a lot of different journals and other kind of stuff. I've been focusing all that information onto that one URL, onto that one page at the OceanCam website. So if you're looking for more of that stuff, it's all there. I've been most everything I've been finding, I've been linking on that page, organizing it somewhat, you know. I get a bunch of that information off of LinkedIn, since I'm there was a decadal study into a decadal plan put forth by the Johns Hopkins University people, I believe it was them, called the decadal study, the decadal plan to go to Enceladus. And in that, there were like over 30 different scientists mentioned in that paper that they submitted to NASA. So now our friend requested almost everybody on that decadal study plan. So as they publish new papers and everything else, I see it there on LinkedIn when it gets posted. So, because I've got a lot of friends in the space industry on LinkedIn, almost 2,000, and so it's kind of exciting to see the see it as it happens in the research field for the different scientists. I'm on LinkedIn at Paul S. Mamakos on LinkedIn. You can go to the oceancam.space website and go to team, and then there's a link from there to my LinkedIn page as well. But yep. Any other news anyone wants to share? Maybe you want to share something that you heard or learned or have been thinking about. Doesn't have to be related to SpaceX or what we're doing here. Just maybe I couldn't make that one out, what it was. Maybe nitrogen or something. Anyway, it's getting a little windy here. I'm not sure what the weather thing. Tony, did that weather thing come up with a? Let me scroll back here. All right, yeah, the weather did. So clear with temperature 79 degrees Fahrenheit, 26 Celsius. 79 Fahrenheit, 26 Celsius. Winds from the northeast at 7 miles an hour. Might be a little, yeah, it's probably around that, 7 miles an hour, 11 kilometers, and the humidity is 63%. Yeah, it has been drier more so now in the winter months. So the reason why I have been live streaming during the daytime is because since it's more cloudy and it's not as sunny, the sun is not coming overhead as much during the early morning when I'm here. There's not enough juice for the live stream to happen with the camera and the other stuff. Oh, Tony says they've been carrying by the lake for a long time, so it's nothing new. Okay, good to hear. Sir Chris says it looks like they're ramping up the deliveries. Yeah, there is a road closure this Wednesday planned, Wednesday, Thursday, and I think Friday too. They have a possible road closure here from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Wednesday, Thursday, and I think it's a little shorter on Friday. But so yeah, maybe they are ramping it up, says Sir Chris, for the what they're bringing in. I'm not sure what they're going to be doing. Does anyone have any ideas, speculation, what this week we might see? So I've been, I use my phone and I use an iPad too throughout the day for the work I'm doing right now. And so I have to charge that up. So I charge that up at night, and that drains the battery for what I would normally use for the cameras and everything. Even without doing that, I've tried it, and I have to get another solar panel because around the 8 in the morning time, the sun's not up high enough that's when I normally leave for work, for that to power the camera and everything else. So I have to get another 1 or 2 solar panels for that to be able to work during the daytime. So that's why I haven't been live streaming during the day. I've been gone at work, and also not enough juice for the cameras with my current setup. So but I'm making some decent money, and I should be able to buy another 1 or 2 solar panels. So I think they're not cheap. They're about $200 or 100 200 bucks or something like that. So I might this in the next 30 days I might upgrade my solar system and get another 400 500 watts. I've got a 435 watt right now, and I might be able to I should definitely be able to afford it, but I might be able to buy it and feel comfortable buying it, etc. In the next 30 days. and then that should be pretty good going forward. Yep. Thanks, Sir Chris. Yep. So that's what's going on here. I'll get a little shot of the booster, and then it's time to go to sleep. I got a long day tomorrow too. But it looks like I got work for the next 4 weeks and some good money every day. Every day that I work, I make some good money. So. Johnny 3003 says, hopefully Booster 7 will roll to the launch site again and maybe full stack testing. Yeah, I think that could happen. I don't know when, but yeah, it could happen. Tom says, Ciccoli, do you think Ciccoli, do you think SpaceX will complete their first launch before SLS now that SLS isn't attempting anything until later in November? Yeah, I guess you got to remember also the election is happening here. There's a lot of posturing and positioning. Again, also remember that NASA is just another word for the United States government. So NASA is not really anything special. It's just the United States government. So as much as you trust the government as far as being able to complete something on time and on budget, that's NASA in my worldview. That's NASA. So NASA is just another name for the United States government. So it's kind of ironic that one special agency within the United States government would choose to set itself apart from the rest of the government and try and be something special, versus just to say, hey, we are the taxpayer-funded sector of the government working on space, and we are the United States government space agency. You know, USGSA. Maybe that's what it should be. USG, United States Government Space Agency. Maybe that's the better name than get rid of the word. NASA doesn't really stand for anything. It's just it should be USGSA. All right, USA with US, USG, USA, something like that. You know, this whole NASA thing is just a load of baloney. And then you got to remember that, like any other good government agency, they have security clearances and they have secrets. And so just from that other aspect, you got to remember NASA is a very secret agency as well, because you have to have a security clearance to get into certain areas and to know certain things. So again, NASA is just another tricky name for the United States government. And like any other aspect of the government, there are security clearances, and they're not going to tell you everything because, again, it's a top secret. So we are looking at the most high-tech, transparent sector of the space agency right here, of space happening right here in the public sector where we can see it, whereas we don't need to get a security clearance. We don't have to get permission. We don't have to show up at a certain time and get patted down by the security police or whatever. We just come out here, we take some photos, and because this is transparent. This is not the government agency calling itself NASA. So if this were NASA, we would not be able to get this close, and we would definitely be not able to do this. So, yep. Thank you, Elon. Thank you, SpaceX, for this opportunity to see some change here in the United States and to making an effect on the planet. You're making an effect, all y'all at SpaceX and everybody involved, all of us viewers as well, making a big impact on the Earth by supporting this type of thing. Changing the story of humanity here, one day at a time. Yeah, I would say, Johnny 3003, check out benjaminfulford.net. He said some interesting things about Jeff Bezos and some of the other people. In today's article, I don't know what day it is, but it's the first week of October, Monday. Check out benjaminfulford.net as far as Jeff Bezos. All right, I'm going to get in the video here. I know a lot of CEOs stepped down from their organizations over the last 12 months. That might be also significant or interesting. I'm going to get on the shot here and then say goodnight. Hello. Yep. Good night. Johnny 3 on 3. Sir Chris, thank you all too. Thank you, Sir Chris, Johnny, Tony, everybody. Elena, wish you the best. Tom. Wherever you are, or whenever you're doing this. Gary, Peach, thank you. Welcome as a member. Awesome. Very cool. Yeah, I don't know how long you've been around here, Gary, but some interesting stuff we've been able to see here on the site. You can check out, if any of y'all are just checking out the channel, there's different playlists that you can see different stuff. There's even some music stuff. Javier, nice to see you again. Andre Souza, you are awesome. Thanks for the support. And everybody else who's going to watch this later on that's not currently on. Jill and many people. Many. All right. Wherever you're watching this from, whatever you're doing, whatever's going on in your life, I wish you the best. We're all connected, is my view. Again, I did write my, I wrote some things down for myself for the last few days, and maybe I'll throw it away and maybe I'll write some other stuff. Keep on keeping on. I wish you the best. We're living in some interesting times. All right, good night. Good day to you wherever you're watching this from, whatever dimension and whatever mood you're in. Wish you the best. Thanks for joining in. Take care.